Hey, welcome back. This has now become a part two. Kind of unexpectedly, I accidentally pressed the wrong button on my previous recording, talking about passions and purpose. So this has now become its own recording, which I kind of like, right? I think it's actually really cool. They are separate topics, although there will be a lot of overlap. Um, I think it's really good that you can just come straight into each of the topics and learn about them independently of each other. But I would suggest make sure that you watch both of them because they're both equally as important. So, this is a training all about creating daily lifestyle habits for success. And I think that it's beautiful because it's really foundational, it's really powerful. This is what will set you up for actually creating the kind of lifestyle that you want. If you haven't yet already, what I would recommend that you do before diving into this is make sure you do my other training on creating your lifestyle vision so you actually know what you want. You don't have to know all of the steps, you don't have to know all of the details, you don't have to have something super detailed and solid in your mind, but it is really helpful to know what kind of lifestyle you want to be living. So if you are currently in a job where you're not very satisfied and not very happy, but you don't know what you want to do, well, okay, great. You need to do those exercises and you might discover and uncover that actually what you really want to be doing is working online so that you can travel the world and you want to actually spend your time snowboarding in Japan in winter and then coming back and doing the same here. Maybe you want to chase winter around the world. Maybe you want to chase summer around the world. Maybe you're not that specific. Maybe you just want to travel, but therefore you want to have something online so that you can be free. Yeah. I mean, if that's your level of detail right now, I think that's totally fine. But it's really important that you understand what you want. It might not be that, it might look totally different to you, but it's really important to have a starting goal first. So once you have that, what you're then going to do is start building some really powerful resources. So I'm going to use the word resources and daily lifestyle habits interchangeably. To me, they're the exact same thing because what I have learned in my own experience and what if I'm working with clients, what I always tell them is that there's no one way, there's no blueprint to your success. What I do and what I've done may not work for you. And if you find someone, a coach, a leader, a mentor, a guru who's saying, this is the 5 steps to your success and do this and you'll have exactly this, I'm going to call bullshit because there's no one way. And we're all at different starting points. We all have different goals. So, therefore, what I believe is the most powerful thing is to help you give your own power back, help you see that you have your own power, your own authority, and really make this about experimenting and playing with the things, with all sorts of things. So you work out what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work for you. Yeah. So working with coaches and mentors and in groups like this is really, really powerful because it gives you like some kind of guidance and options and suggestions. But ultimately, I hands down believe that you already are your own authority, and I'm just here to help guide you back to your own truth, right? So went off on a bit of a tangent. So, okay. The purpose of this is, yes, to already have like your lifestyle goal that you're working towards. The purpose of creating daily lifestyle habits / resources is to help you get there, right? So the way that you get there is, in my opinion, in a couple of different ways. So you want to feed / activate your mind, your body, your soul, and your goal every day. How you do it, how much time you spend on it, the way that you do it each day will vary. There is No, absolutely no truth that you have to spend 2 hours a day on this routine or on these habits. Yeah. If someone says that, again, I call bullshit because it's not true. So the way that you're going to activate your mind, body, soul, and goal every day gets to be flexible. In fact, it should be flexible. Otherwise, you're just going to get bored. But the way that you kind of bring in that flexibility and that fun and that playfulness is by having like a toolkit, right? Like think about like think about a tradesman, a plumber or an electrician. They come to each job with a toolkit, and that toolkit, and they've probably got like a whole van of stuff, right? And that toolkit or that van is filled with lots of things that they could possibly need to do the job. Yeah. And the depending on the job will depend on what they choose from their toolbox. So it's exactly the same with this. You're going to create a whole big toolbox of your own resources that are going to help you get towards your lifestyle goal. So I'm going to go through and share a couple of my favorites for each of those categories. It's not an exhaustive list. I've got I don't know, hundreds probably of different things that I do, and I've formed them over years, like probably the last 20, 25 years, easy. Like I started this sort of work when I was really young. Um, and I've always been really curious about things. So for me, this has been a long time coming, like a long process. You might sort of be just like beginning your whole, you know, self awareness, self growth journey. Maybe you've just started learning about these topics. So for you, you're starting in a very different place. Therefore, like your resources, like it's not going to be as expansive as mine, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely perfect. The whole idea is that you start with where you are and you just keep building it. So, some really great things that I love to do for my mind is things like, well, first of all, I'm going to just want to share some context. Okay, so your mind is insanely powerful. Your subconscious mind is even more insanely powerful. Your subconscious mind is where your life happens. It's where your beliefs are. It's where your beliefs are formed. Um, your life is literally run by your subconscious. Here's the other cool thing. Your subconscious believes whatever you tell it. If you tell it something often enough, it will believe it. Fun fact, that's all a belief is a thought or a sentence that you repeat over and over again. And it gets reinforced by the media, family, friends, whatever, over and over again. Yeah, that's all a belief is, which means beliefs are 100% changeable. You can change your beliefs. In fact, you want to change your beliefs. It's your responsibility to change your beliefs as you continue to grow and evolve. Because think about it. When you were younger, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the beliefs that you had about the world served you. You were pretty much given those beliefs by your parents or your caregivers and your families. It was reinforced by your friends and your school teachers and the wider world at that point. But those beliefs kind of helped you grow, helped you survive. It kept you safe, like the stove is hot, don't touch it. That's a big belief that you were taught by your parents, only to later find out when you were 15. Well, yes, it is hot, but it's not hot all the time. It's only hot if you turn this dial. Yeah. Um, the point is that our beliefs are meant to change and grow and evolve and expand over time. But most of us don't realize that. We're not taught that our beliefs get to change. So, therefore, many of us are still holding on to beliefs that we had when we were younger, but they're not serving us anymore. So, just understand that our beliefs get to change, they're meant to change. And the way that we do that is by feeding our mind with information that helps support what we want. So in this case, the kind of lifestyle that we want. So some things that I do, again, I'm not going to say on a daily basis because I don't do it every single day religiously, but this is part of my resource kit to help feed my mind, is I'm really conscious of what I consume, like what kind of information I consume. So I'm talking about social media, anything online, TV, movies, music. I mean, I don't watch the news at all, but I don't read newspapers anymore. I stopped that years ago. Not because we are we're concerned about, not for any conspiracy theory reasons, like I'm not even going to go down that line, right? It's not that we want to become paranoid and feel like we have to wear a tinfoil hat. What I'm simply sharing with you is that our mind is really powerful. It believes what we share with it, what we tell it, and therefore if we keep watching things, reading things, listening to things without having an awareness of kind of what's being said, then that's just going to keep reinforcing those beliefs. So for that reason, it's really important and powerful to become aware of what I just said, the who you're following on social media, the types of posts that you read, the kinds of movies that you watch, the kind of, if you watch the news or read newspapers, is that, just become aware of that. What I then do to feed my mind with really good information is, I do affirmations. I do what's called an I am script or a magical script. They're two different things, but those two things are really cool, where I literally just write out something like my ideal day or my goal that I'm going for or the type of person that I want to be, / I already am, but, I'm wanting to be her now. I write that out. I either write it or I read it out. Now, if that's something that you're interested in, I probably will actually share that with you. If you're interested in how to do a magical script or an I am script, comment below and I will, share that with you. And then just audios, like, podcasts and different things. So think about what you're feeding your mind, what you're listening to and what you're consuming, what kind of information and content, and then think about, okay, what do I want to believe? How do I want to get closer to my goal? And what can I do that's going to help that? So journaling, affirmations, writing things out, listening to audios are all really good things that I do. Number 2, your body. So really, really important to move your body every single day. And by moving your body every day, what happens is you connect with it. You connect with your body on a physical way. We get out of our mind, because our mind is important, yes, but we don't want our mind to run the show. We want to get out of our mind and into our body. We want to move our body, whether it's walking, running, bike riding, swimming, going to the gym. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's stretching, maybe it's breathing, breath work. They're all really amazing things. I do all of them, not every single day, not all at once, but these are part of my tools. Another really cool thing that I do is called movement medicine. Another word for that is Koya. Again, look it up, try it out. It is amazing. It is simply, just kind of think of it like dancing, but not in like a strategic sense. Like you're not like doing proper moves. You're literally just moving your body. Movement medicine, moving your body. I started doing this a couple of years ago and I found it to be amazing. Really just, like so good for self-expression and kind of just getting to know my body. And like, I used to be the type of person that would say, I don't dance unless I've had like 3 champagnes or a couple of beers. Whereas these days I can now get up and like move and dance completely sober in front of anyone. Like I don't care, because I've done this work and I have now like worked through any of those insecurities and fears that I had. But the most important thing is just to some degree, in some level, move your body every single day. It will have huge impacts on your level of success. Okay, number 3, your soul. Activating your soul on a daily basis, however that works for you. For me, listening to a podcast can activate me. If it's a TED talk or a motivational speaker, quite often if someone is just simply like in their zone and they're really lit up, even if I don't care about the topic, sometimes I'll just be like, oh my God, this is so cool. Because I'm like, my soul's listening to their soul. Writing is really powerful for my soul. Not all the time. I really go through phases where writing becomes very natural and free for me, and I'll activate something and I'll have like all of these big sort of intuition hits. And then other times I get nothing. So it's really cool to have that flexibility. Other things that help activate my soul is reading, listening to trainings, doing a masterclass, cooking. Sometimes I love cooking, bike riding. Like, again, it's just like gardening, anything. You might be really artsy. Maybe it's painting. It's about like activating and connecting with your soul is about doing something simply because it brings you joy, or there's something that like ignites a fire within you. So it could be any of those things. Think about, what's that thing for you? Is it horse riding? Is it coloring in? Whatever it is, don't judge it, just do it. But make sure you do something for your soul every single day. It might be sitting with a coffee, a hot, fresh coffee by yourself in the sunshine, first thing in the morning, and you're just listening to the birds. And there's literally, and you're watching the sun come up, or maybe the sun's already up because you've slept in. But whatever it is, if that like 10 minutes of your day activates your soul, amazing. Please do that. Cool. And then the final one is goal. What can you do to get you 1% closer to your goal every single day? So again, you have to have your lifestyle goal in mind. So we're not, we're looking at your lifestyle goal. So not specifically like, I want to lose 10 kilos or I want to, make $10,000 a month. Sure, they're very important to have those goals, but I'm talking about specifically your big lifestyle goal. So let's just use the example from before. You are working in a job that you really don't love, but ultimately you've uncovered that you want to work online so that you can travel the world. Okay, cool. If that's your big lifestyle goal, what can you do to get you 1% closer every single day? So, depending on where you're starting from, it might be, okay, learning how to work online. Maybe you don't really know what the options are. So you're getting 1% closer might be researching different businesses, researching different ways to work online. Maybe you spend 15 minutes on that. You can spend longer, you can spend as long as you want, but you just want to get like that 1% closer. Maybe you already know you already know that, yep, okay, I want to build my own business. Cool. What business is it? All right. What's the first step to starting this business? Maybe it's learning a skill. Maybe you know that you want to work online. All right. Well, you currently don't know how to make reels, or you don't know the skill of copywriting. All right, cool. So today I'm going to get 1% closer to my goal by learning how to copyright or learning how to create a reel. Or maybe you've learnt the skill, but now you need to implement it and practice it. Okay, cool. For 15 minutes today, I'm going to create a reel. Yeah? So just think about, what is just one thing, 1%. How are you going to get 1% closer to that goal, and just focus on that? And that's really powerful, because quite often if we set a big lifestyle goal like that, it's like, okay, cool, I now have clarity, but oh God, that's so far away, and oh, there's so many steps and it's really overwhelming. Great. Let's take away the overwhelm. Let's break it down. Just focus on getting 1% closer. Yeah. Quite often, what happens is you love it and you get like fully enthralled in it, and then boom, you've suddenly done like 5%. Yeah. So you end up spending 3 hours on it. But just give yourself that parameter. So, in summary, to set yourself up for success and create really powerful daily habits, you're going to do something for your mind, something for your body, something for your soul, and something for your goal every single day. And I've just given you a whole bunch of examples. What I would now encourage you to do is to either go try some of them, or that might lead you on to having another idea. Maybe, I've said go do breath work. You look at that and you're like, nah, I don't want to do breath work. But in your search to finding breath work, you're like, oh, I really want to learn about Reiki or something. I don't know. Cold water therapy, ice baths. Yeah. So use these as examples. Try them out, experiment with them. Just know that if you try something now and you didn't really vibe with it, you might want to revisit it in 6 months' time or 2 years' time. Yeah. So as you grow and evolve, different things are going to resonate with you at different times. There's no rules, there's no correct right way, there's only your way. So really just have fun with this. If you want some more examples, if what I've shared with you you've already tried, or you're just really not feeling it and you want some more examples of how you can connect with and activate your mind, your body, your soul, and your goal every single day, please comment below and I will gladly share that with you. If you have any questions, again, comment below. Chances are, if you've got a question, it's probably going to help every single other person here. So, or at least one other person. So please feel safe that, this is certainly a safe space, and I really encourage you to be part of these conversations. So share it in the comments. But if you really want to keep it personal and private, then please, I'm always available for you to reach out to and message just in my DM. So please just reach out and do that. So I want to know who is committing to doing these exercises, who's committing to growing their toolkit, their resources, who's excited to actually set their day up for success and to get one step closer towards their goal. Who's going to try it? What are you going to try? I'd love for you to share it with me. Share it in the comments. It's been so cool for you to be here. I've really loved sharing this with you. There's going to be more conversations on this topic. So if you have any specific questions, like I said, please ask. But yeah, also know that I'm always going to keep updating this. And yeah, I'm really excited. Cool. All right. I am going to leave it there, and I'll see you on the next one.